Buenos dias, everybody. What's going on, YouTube? Again, I'm here, El Stasho with the Beardo. Whatever the hell you gonna want to see, I'm gonna check it out for you and with you. So today we have 13 scary things found in the forest, and I have not seen this one, so we are basically, well, a lot of these I haven't seen the first time, but a couple of them I've seen like little clips. But this one, no clue what the hell's going on. So as we check this out together, I'll turn the volume just a little bit. And let's go. Here we go. Oh, and before we start, like, comment, subscribe, all that shit down below. Do it real quick. It just takes a second. Even if you're on the phone, just click the hand button. That makes it maracas, and they shake and they love you forever. All right, so here we go.
Filled.
Oh no, sorry. I don't know how to switch this shit over. Yeah, see. All right, and now we're going.
The thrill is exploring the forest with a friend when they encounter something strange in the water that looks really out of place.
You see that?
What?
What is that?
It's normal. That's very normal.
Discarded at the end of a small stone trail is a black box tightly bound by rope with a single padlock hanging over one end. Across from the padlock is a note written for whoever finds it.
Just beat the heck out of it. Maybe it will open.
You say that?
Let me see.
Like a note or something.
Oh, what the heck?
With sadness, I'm writing this letter because I can no longer take care of her. I thought this could be the best way to give her a new life.
They take the mystery box all the way back to their house where they have the tools needed to pick the lock. Whatever's inside has been silent the entire time, and they fear the worst as they pop the lid.
Pull it off. Let's see what's in here. What the? There's a baby in here?
Inside is not a dog like they were thinking. Apparently, whoever left the note was the parent.
No goddamn way.
Oh my god.
After that, I immediately called the police.
I have trouble believing she's actually left her out in the forest. The youngster is
There's no holes in the top or nothing. I don't believe this shit.
clean and not underweight. Her clothes aren't dirty and her pacifier is still in her mouth despite getting rattled around on the way back. Phil the Thrill goes on to claim he called the police immediately. According to him, they came out and told him not to film anymore.
The police, and they were able to get the baby reunited with her parents. The police told me not to record the phone call. That's why I'm not going to post any of the footage on YouTube.
It doesn't make sense for him to post all of this other stuff, but not the one
Right. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
thing that would have convinced me. I think a more likely reason for the lack of a phone call is because faking a police report can get you in serious trouble. Then again, it wouldn't be that hard to pretend to talk to the police on his phone if you really wanted to fake it. Now, I'm not so sure if it's real or fake, and I guess that's why this creepy video's gotten well over 6 million views. Bryce Newbold describes this Ohio hiking experience.
Oh, hold on. So you just jumped to another one? That's what it is? Hold on. Is that it? Feel the thrill. Yeah, it's Feel the Thrill. That was it. I cannot believe that shit. She's sitting in there, content as hell, not sweating, with a friggin' duck, a weird wind up duck, a pacifier. Clean. Babies poop every couple hours, so she's clean, and they get messy. So even if she, I don't know. You should see some poop, some pee. It should be thick. Like it should be. Unless they dropped her off that day, like an hour earlier, I don't see this shit being real. Even if that. They cannot take care of her. No fucking holes are in that thing. Oh. And they reunited her with her. I don't believe this. Something's fucking wrong with you. But that's me. Yeah, you guys comment down below about this one, because I don't believe this shit one fucking bit. I'm kind of a little upset too, because anyways, the next one.
6 million views. Bryce Newbold describes this Ohio hiking experience through the Shawnee State Forest as a very rough trip, and by the end of this video you'll know exactly why. It's a hot summer's day and he has many miles ahead. By 4 miles he is drenched and walks about half a mile to drink from the river. His next source of water won't be until nightfall, and by then he will have walked 12 miles. By the second day he is feeling unusually miserable and drained and decides to take a shorter route.
I am absolutely covered in either little tiny ticks or chiggers. They're probably chiggers. They are all over me right now. I tried washing them off, but I mean, I'm gonna have to go through and pick them off one by one, it looks like.
He's looking pretty pale by the end of the day, even though he's been getting plenty of sun. That's because poor Bryce has been getting his legs chewed off by tiny ticks that won't give up, and by the end of the day it's looking pretty bad.
And I have a million bites from those little chiggers last night. You can see they're still on there.
By the time he gets back home, his legs and feet are covered in marks. I'm not a doctor, but I definitely would be going to one soon if I were him. That looks really bad, and I think it's probably time.
Fuck yeah. It looks crazy big. I don't. Did he spend the night? Did it say he spent the night? But it said by the second night. I don't know. Shit. Take some bugs or some lotion or something. Chigger spray, tick spray. I don't know what the fuck they call it. Anti-bug spray, something.
For a test or two to make sure you didn't get anything from them. I really hope he's okay and that nothing like this ever happens to him again. A group of friends see a stranger leave the woods in a hurry. They think it's odd and make a video.
Andy caught someone coming out of the tunnel. Pretty creepy, pretty scary. So.
Oh, bro, what's that smell?
Oh, it's rank.
Can you smell that?
Guys, there's literally flies all over the place.
Oh, bro, can you smell that? That stinks,
Oh,
bro.
nasty, huh?
In the tunnel, they find a white sheet covered in red with a very distinct human outline underneath, and this is their reaction.
That stinks. Man, that was grim. Hey, we need to ring the police.
Crazy as anything.
Having this happen would be really scary.
We need to ring the police.
What?
We need to ring the police.
Have you got a phone?
Nah, I've not got a phone. Have you got one? Hey, can I have police, please?
Hold on. None of them have a phone? How are they recording this? I mean, usually most people record this shit with their phone, so. And if they don't, who the fuck buys a camera anymore? Like anything past, I don't know, whatever the fuck. People always record shit on the phone, right? I mean, unless it was a camcorder, handheld, but that was like back in 90, 2000-ish, shit like that.
1 minute you're hanging out with your friends, and the next moment you're all suspects.
Yeah, I've just been exploring with mate and we've just found a body.
A YouTube channel called DYP Official finds some kind of abandoned facility way.
I love how he automatically changes from 11 to this one. But, yeah, that's just pretty creepy on how 1 minute you're just tracking along in the woods and then you're like all suspects. That'd be fucked up, though.
Out of the woods, one climbs to the top of a big blue container and sticks their head over the end, which is scary for reasons I'll get back to soon enough. 2 other large vats grab their attention.
Found a whole thing of sulfuric acid in the woods. Sulfuric acid. Yo, please stop, bro, please.
He would have kept turning the release valve had they both not shouted at him to stop. I don't know if it was full, but if so, he would have been in deep trouble and might not have survived an acid spray. In the shed, they find a gas mask and large science beakers used to hold chemicals. One of the vials is still full, so they take it outside for a better look until their friend grabs it from them.
Right? Boom!
Luckily for them, it doesn't break. Breathing in any unknown chemical, whether indoors or outdoors, could end up with them on the floor. Inside of an abandoned building, they find a label that got me curious. I googled what polyseed inoculum is, and the answer sheds light on what this facility really is. Basically, this is used to break down biological waste. They've been playing around in a biological waste treatment center the whole time, touching things that ordinarily require a full biohazard suit to handle. Whatever chemicals they were handling probably were not safe, and the air quality can't be much better. The type of place that could really mess you up after maybe a few visits. In other words, certainly not a place where you'd ever want to stick your face over an old chemical vat and take a big whiff. Lynn
10 years later, they all have strange ass cancer.
Infamous TV goes ghost hunting in the woods of Long Island, and they say this place is truly haunted. They are expecting the ghost sighting of a lifetime, and what they've caught on camera does not let them down.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
They aren't sure what they heard, and so they press forward despite feeling scared early on. The deeper they go, the more haunted things start to...
You know, that's some, I don't want to say it in a bad way, but you'll never catch a black person doing that shit. Yeah, there's some scary shit out there. Ooh, there's some spooky sounds. Let's keep going.
Look and feel.
Over here, it looks like it's something from a horror movie.
Right. This woods right here, really spooky.
Something is wrong with this part of the woods. They
There's
can
some
feel
footprints. Let's
it,
follow
but being
them.
ghost hunters means doing creepy stuff all the time, and so they go down this path against better judgment.
That cold spot.
Completely blocking out the sky.
I thought it was her friend, but it's not. At 5 minutes and 58 seconds, Lynn's friend is to the right. He is still to the right at 6 minutes when Lynn looks left and then up at the trees. When she brings the camera down, a ghost is there. There is a ghost on the left. Her friend, meanwhile, is still standing to her opposite side as they try to consult her GPS system and get weird interference.
Where in the...
Well, on the map, what does it take us to? Does it look like it ends?
I'm sure. Like in Huntington or something. like, I can't see. What?
Their GPS loudly messes up and takes them in a wide loop for almost 3 hours before it straightens out. Weird how their equipment does this the same minute they have this paranormal encounter. Oh, and one last thing. Lynn's friend is wearing a baseball hat. This ghost looking straight at them does not. Therefore, I have a strange feeling that this ghost sighting video could be real. The shadow...
That or it's an alien, because I don't believe that shit. And like a ghost.
Hunters from Brazil go exploring the woods.
Are they running from something? Because they are going at this ghost hunting quick.
For an abandoned house haunted by an angry poltergeist. It's a long walk through darkness to find it, but when they do, they go sprinting up to its yellow walls to try and catch the poltergeist.
They sprint up to a house?
By surprise.
They run up to this shit fast like they're about to breach it like the police and shit.
Okay.
They walk around the perimeter of the poltergeist house and find something else that leaves him extremely freaked out and regretting their decision to come here at night.
Okay.
Don't you turn the light on that shit.
On the ground are more candles and a sheet that was something strangely shaped underneath of.
That's what pisses me off. They're like, oh, let me look at it. Let me look at it without the light. Why?
It. Candles surround the object on all sides and give me a bad feeling that something has gone really wrong here. Whatever's been covered with a sheet is not moving and shows no signs of life. They go inside for a closer look but do not dare lift up the sheet and see what's inside. What do you think was under there? If the legends were true about this poltergeist being a summoner, then I think we all know the answer. They might have set this all up for a video, but I don't think so. He doesn't waste any time ending this video and calling the police. Sidestep Adventures is surprised to actually find what he's been looking for out in the Georgia woods.
You stepped on it? Oh wow. There it is.
Another person's grave. They carefully reassemble it and.
Oh man, I thought this was like somebody's bunker. Why you out in the Georgia woods looking for graves? That's creepy as hell. I mean, at least you ain't doing it at night.
Respectfully read her name out loud.
Yep, it is sacred to the memory of Mrs. Jane. And died November 3rd, 1843.
Under the heavy marker, they find a crushed bouquet of flowers left by a loved one. The petals are in excellent condition and largely retain their color. Finding fresh flowers under a more than 100-year-old grave is already weird enough, but then Sidestep Adventures reads more and realizes who this Mrs. Jane is to him.
Stacy Duckworth and Samuel were my great-great-great-grandparents. So she was actually a half-sister to my great-great-grandfather.
So let's recap. He literally stumbles across an extremely concealed grave in the middle of the woods. Fresh flowers are underneath despite the grave being from 1843. Then he discovers it's a long-lost relative.
Those flowers kind of look fake though.
And has to admit that this seems like it could be fate.
Well, we did find it somehow. I tell you, if you hadn't stepped on it, we wouldn't have.
It's almost as if the spirit of his ancestor was waiting to be found up a long.
That was weird. The flowers, I don't know about. The flowers look fake as hell, but the coincidence of him finding his great whatever, that might be okay. That might be semi-coincidental ish. It's probably his property.
Forest Mountain Path is an abandoned house near the Chinese city of Chengdu that is said to be haunted. An explorer named the Sneezing Monkey travels to the fabled house to see if anything paranormal is there.
I love these names. The Sneezing Monkey. Sounds like a Chinese kung fu style.
There's not much left inside, but he does find an old book that he seems particularly interested in. At 2 minutes and 6 seconds, it almost looks like it gets slapped out of his hands by a possible ghost, but he could have dropped it too. Tell me what these pages say. For some reason, he seems to feel it's interesting enough to show the camera. Not much else happens, and just when I was doubting this house...
Hold on. Back. Fuck, okay, I don't read Chinese. But no, it has like those, it's like organized in a certain way. Almost like it's like a Bible or a big dictionary or, you know, like chapter something. It's a big character. And it's verse something. Yeah, I don't know. Could be. Yeah, there's different numbers in certain areas, but I don't read Cantonese, Mandarin, whatever. So, I don't know. So, yeah. Almost looks like a Chinese Bible, I guess. Or a dictionary, something like that, I don't know. Well, let's keep going.
Else happens, and just when I was doubting this house was haunted, I hear this. He's looking at some kind of fire pit or something and hears a noise. He looks up and hears it again coming from the attic. He doesn't stick around for long and wisely decides to leave. Smallmouth Crush is making a...
Yeah, so that last one I'm not really sure about. Really didn't, saw nothing scary, just old house.
A fishing video on the Potomac River near Washington, D.C. He's drifting by when further down the riverbank something strange catches his eye. A head is sticking out of the water, long black hair. Her back is to him. He looks at the head for a long time, unable to mentally process what he's seeing and not sure what to do. He gives the object a poke just to make sure it is what he fears. It has a face, and it is exactly what he's afraid of. I think we are all thinking it's the same thing, especially from this distance. But when he pokes at it some more, an artificial neck joint pops free from the mud. This is a mannequin head, not a real one.
Dude, what is happening? Look at this thing. This is nasty.
Not finding a body is a relief, I suppose, but it also begs the question as to why anyone would take a blindfolded mannequin head out into the woods in the first place. I've heard of people simulating their demented desires onto mannequins before moving on to the real thing as part of their transformation into a full-blown psycho. There's a lot of creepy people out there, I guess. And to further prove my point, he looks up to find something even more sickening nearby.
Look at that freaky thing. I'm out of here.
It looks like some...
I'm out of here. Fuck this stuff.
But he has been using this spot to do some pretty twisted fantasizing. And as he speeds away, I can't help but wonder, what if that's not a doll? A Russian YouTuber named Phantom claims to have met a ghost at an abandoned house that's full of, quote, many terrible and mysterious legends. Maybe this sign will tell us more about its history.
If you read Russian or Slavic or whatever that's in, let me know in the comments. That'd be kind of cool. I don't even want to... isn't there an app that does that shit for you? I think there's an app that does that shit for you. It will, rename, different languages into your language. Oh, I saw that shit. It was like a phone app where you, take out your camera, and it would, you hold it over the name of whatever it is, and it will, read it, and it'll be like, oh, I'm going to change this image to, instead of saying blah, 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 it's going to say blackened fish or some stupid shit like that. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool for this. If anybody knows that app, please tell me.
If someone can translate it, all I can make out is the year 1910 at the very bottom. In the middle of a rock floor, he finds candles unlit, strewn in a circle. The scene gives him an eerie feeling, and he doesn't want to stay here for long, for fear of whoever left them here returning to find him. He thinks the legends probably are not real, and that whoever set these candles was just trying to scare paranormal explorers like him. He decides to come back even later at night to make sure the legends of paranormal activity really are just a myth. As he creeps back to the house, he's surprised to find the candles are now lit, and his horrors have just begun.
Is that a pillar? Or is that actually someone? I don't know what the hell that shit is. Oh, it's moving. Oh, it's fucking moving.
Standing in the middle of the circle is
Oh, I thought it switched up again.
a mysterious tall figure wearing robes, and seemingly not even noticing Phantom is at the window. So deep is its concentration, it's locked in a dark meditation of some sort that he cannot break. Phantom no longer cares about getting the best paranormal evidence ever caught on camera, and goes running into the woods for his life. The woods have grown colder, more forbidding, as he hides between a tree and wait, too afraid to turn his light off even though he knows he's being followed. The mysterious figure is on him in an instant, and as it heads his way without taking any steps, he gets to see its smirking face under the cloak. I think this video is probably not real, because it looks like he uses a filter to stimulate his equipment messing up, and also because if it was real, then I don't know how he could have survived. This strange
Yeah. I don't know about that. He must have been fucking quick.
forest sighting was claimed to have been found deep in the forest and was posted by a Reddit user named Paralemptor. I don't think it was too deep in the forest though, because it seems like there's a well-kept trail leading right through it. Years later, the mystery seems to have been solved. This is not a ring of creepy creatures from another planet, but rather an eerie sculpture from the Pride of the Valley Sculpture Park in the United Kingdom. I've seen this image floating around online for quite a while with no context, but now you've heard the real story on Chills. A YouTuber named Vision Quest Outdoors is exploring the Gettysburg Field when he has what he believes is a real video of a ghost sighting. The video is pretty scary and I think he could be right. Let's take a look at the paranormal evidence and try to figure out what it was he and his friends say on that night.
What is that? Oh my god. What am I seeing? No way there's a guy out here at 2 a.m.
According to the uploader, they turned around only to find the figure had mysteriously disappeared.
See, I can't believe that shit. How is it so fucking convenient that the light only hits the one part of that fucking thing, and then the other side is like pure fucking darkness with some random dark shape that you can't see? Move your light a fucking foot. Like, what the motherfucker, back up. Move them lights. Something. Let me ghost hunting with some bullshit lights. Ah, that's sleep.
Swing around.
This is the footage from when they turned around, but unfortunately it's too dark to make out very much one way or another. I believe what he says is true because if I'm not mistaken, this footage is from the same location during the day. There are cannons lined up here, but no statue whatsoever. If this was the same location, then this definitely has to be a real ghost sighting caught on video. I've got a challenge for you.
That motherfucker's next to a tree, or I don't know, because you didn't have enough fucking light. Stupid ass people. Stupid ass people. Let's check out number one.
A ghost hunting channel called Hunting the Haunted investigates an old abandoned farmhouse and gets plenty of paranormal activity caught on tape. In the kitchen, they see a possible ghost orb appear while Jay is asking questions.
What's your name?
Bubba.
As soon as I turned around with you, it was right behind.
This could be a gnat, except it shows up when Jay wants to know the spirit's name, and while Jay talks about something appearing behind him, the light anomaly appears behind him and goes away. Another ghost orb floats up upon the mention of this word.
Another orb.
That's it. Yes. This is
Just a dusty fucking house, man.
a creepy place at night.
They go investigating the surrounding property.
That's what I'm saying.
Giggling?
At 31 minutes and 42 seconds, and again at 34 minutes and 20 seconds, they hear a woman's laughter.
I'm telling you, I heard something. I heard a woman or something. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was going to say something.
Yeah.
A mysterious figure is illuminated despite being beyond the reach of their light. There's really nothing else it could be because nothing is out there, at least nothing that should be reflecting light.
You know what else I don't hear? What? I don't hear that owl no more.
Trees, barn.
And when they turn to leave, this unexplained light suddenly blinks out. As soon as it does, the same ghost orb from the kitchen returns for one last look. Somehow they miss all these brief ghost sightings at the time, but it's caught on camera for them to later discover. This happens a few minutes after they hear the woman laugh, so they suspect this encounter is paranormal, and I'd have to agree. Joe Morley goes exploring a cave in Tennessee that I don't think you're brave enough to watch, especially if you have a fear of tight spaces. He has to lower himself on a rope because the entrance goes straight down. One mistake and he's going to...
Oh, that's cool. That's on a week that I didn't get it. Okay, I guess we gotta come back to that one. That might be one of the next ones that we watch. But how did you like these? Scary enough? Creepy enough? Weird enough? If not, we can get creepier. We can go weirder. We can get fucked up. So, comment down below. Like it, you love it, you hate it, you don't. Just put a like on there. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with just putting a like on it right now. And deciding later on if you want to come back and take it off. But just do it for now. Put it on there. And, yeah. I will see you again. Peace. And I'm out this bitch.